I wanted to ask you guys' opinion on this. So Meek Mill and Jay-Z have been. Is it? Well, I don't want to look stupid.
No, it's cool, bro. They can't see
petitioning. That's the word. Petitioning.
Oh, they've been petitioning.
To
getting signatures and that.
I don't think like that. I think they've been going around to like.
So they've been campaigning.
Campaigning.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the word.
Petitioning
Campaigning.
is getting signatures.
Okay, sorry.
That's why I asked it, because like niggas just hear the word sounds big. Hey, like, yeah, it must be that.
They've been campaigning to get a law passed that means that you can't use lyrics in legal cases.
Specifically rap lyrics, though.
Specifically rap. Is it specifically?
Yeah, and that's why the case is very important, because rock and other genres, legally you can't use them as evidence in the court. But hip hop, rap, drill, those genres are by law seen as what did they call it? It was something like reflecting real life. They had a specific name. You know how white people are. They had a specific name for it. And that's why they're letting the courts to use it as evidence against these rappers.
Is it that or that people haven't used rock lyrics in court? I don't think there's a specific law against it.
What do you mean?
I don't think there's a specific law saying you can't use lyrics in court.
Oh, no. There isn't a specific law saying that you can't use rock lyrics in court. But there's a specific law saying specifically you're allowed to use rap lyrics, hip hop lyrics.
So what's the question?
In court.
So Jay-Z and Meek are petitioning to get that changed, so you can't use rap lyrics to convict someone in court or use it as evidence against someone in court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree that should be the case?
I know what you going to say.
Do you guys?
It's good back to Uncle Tom though.
I'm not about to Uncle Tom. Do
like,
you guys?
Yes, the white man is right.
I would love. It's not the white man. I would love to hear you guys' opinion on that. Do you agree that it shouldn't be allowed to be used?
No, you go first. You go first. You go.
Oh, me.
That's fine. I'll go first. I think I agree with this. The reason why is because when they this is specific to America, by the way. I don't think this is happening in any other country.
Okay.
When they made it okay to use rap lyrics to convict people,
I just want to make it clear.
Yeah.
That it was one case where they used it, and it's not like it was said, oh, legally you're allowed to use rap lyrics.
They just used it.
Like it wasn't a Congress. Congress didn't pass like, oh yeah.
They just allowed it.
That's the law.
Like,
they allowed it because somebody presented it and they said, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, and also what makes it more important is because there isn't any other evidence that links that. So that's the sole evidence that they have.
I think it was
just saying that I did it. So they take that as a confession. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
So they take that as a confession.
I think it was the Melly case.
Yeah. And that's the problem, because you can't do that. You can't say, because when they were debating this in the court of law in America, they were saying that these rap lyrics are confessions, and they specifically named the genre of hip hop specifically.
But that's at the time it was concerning some of that.
Yeah, of course. But in what they were trying to draw up to make it a legal precedent, because obviously the case made it a legal precedent already, anyways. But they needed to solidify that
fact.
Exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? Because people were outraged at the fact that all this nigga got sent to jail for was his lyrics. You get what I'm saying? Because the police had no evidence. Well, yeah, obviously they had evidence of him sitting there with his friend dying in his hand or whatever, but that's not enough proof because they're friends. Does that make sense? Someone else could have killed him and he's there.
True.
He didn't confess. The only thing that they used is that song that he made about how he killed his best friend.
Cool.
And that's why it was very important, the case was very important, because they didn't have any other evidence to be conclusive evidence that he did it.
How do you two feel?
Okay. Well, I believe it's like depends on circumstance. I'm gonna be real. I feel like yeah. So okay.
I kind of agree with that.
It's because it's like, okay, if you've rapped about, you know, killing someone and then now they find gun prints, fingerprints. I mean, like on the gun, you know, and then it's like they can link that you were there.
Yeah.
You know, you had the gun and you shot the guy and then you rapped, oh, I shot this nigga.
Yeah. That's fair enough, and that's my point.
Yeah.
But what they're proposing is sending you to jail for saying,
yeah,
I killed this nigga, but they didn't. They don't know where the gun is. But the nigga is being shot and he's dead, but they can't find the gun. There's no other evidence that links it up. It's they're literally throwing it into jail based on the word.
If it's just lyrics, no,
exactly. That's the point. Yeah. That's the thing.
Because how many people kept saying, "I killed this brother"?
Exactly.
I was illegal.
And that brother might just drop dead tomorrow. Now I gotta go to jail because this guy's got fucking diabetes.
As black people, right? When we're making an argument, we should make an argument that makes sense. We should make an argument that makes sense. At no point does the court take words on a song and convict someone based on the words. That's not what happened in here. What's happening is there's evidence.
Break it down.
We see the dead body. We found the dead body here. There might not be solid prints, or there might not be like.
But you know that's how
a chain of events.
But you know that's how the law works.
Okay, but why are niggas saying that? Oh, they're just taking lyrics and putting niggas in jail. Like, oh,
no, I'm just saying for an example that should not happen, right?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying.
But niggas are saying that because that's what they're doing.
But that's not what they're doing.
That is what they're doing.
That's not what they're doing. There's a case. There's a certain amount of evidence, and they're using this in addition.
No. Let me explain to you. The reason why this is a big deal is because they don't have any other evidence apart from the confession. That is true. The only thing that the police know, especially in the Melly case, the only thing that they knew definitively was that the guy was dead.
That's not true.
What else did they have?
The car.
Yeah, no, but they were friends.
Bro was in the trunk.
Okay, do you know how to prove murder? You have to prove intent. You have to prove motive, and then you have to prove the actual action. Right?
The reason Melly's in jail.
Let me just quickly break it down for you. But they couldn't prove the intent because they were best friends. Niggas knew they were best friends. So why would you just kill? Like, it doesn't make any sense. They couldn't prove the motive because this nigga didn't have any reason to want to kill his best friend. But the Melly
case is different.
I know, but the Melly case is what sparked.
Because there was a psychiatric evaluation associated with Melly.
Of course, but that's what sparked all of this. And do you know what? Actually, you're making my point for me. If that's the case and that's different and that's a unique case, why are they trying to use that one case study to make it now a general rule for all of rappers? It doesn't make any sense because the only thing that they had was the dead body and him there being in the dead body. But it could have been the situation could have been someone else killed him.
What I'm saying is they're not making it a general. They're not making it.
No, but that's what Jay-Z and Meek Mill are trying to fight against. They're trying to make it. They're trying to make the court of law.
What the court of law is saying though is it can be used in addition to evidence. That's what they're saying.
I feel like
they're saying it can't be used as evidence. When they're saying it can't be used as evidence, it's not. That can't be used as the sole evidence. That's why law language is so important. They're not saying sole evidence. They never said that. They said it can be used as evidence.
I'm not saying
that means in addition to other things to build a story.
I'm not saying they said that. But what I am saying is this. You see how DeAndre said earlier that in the eyes of the law, the word black means certain things. It doesn't mean... No. This is legit what they're doing. Now they're trying to say, in the eye of the law, rap lyrics are confessions. And that changes everything. Because like what he said, I can't go rap about some other nigga and I'm lying. Oh yeah, now I shot this nigga in the face, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really shoot him. Another up from another town goes and shoots him. Now I can go to jail. For that's so fucking stupid. That's the point. And in the eye of the law, I don't need any...
You still have to have evidence.
No, you don't. Let me finish. Because if you commit a crime, right, and you make a confession, the police, that's the end of their job. Because you've admitted to the crime now.
But that's a confession.
Exactly, and
but that's not what they're saying. They said evidence.
Bro, research
that's
it.
Different.
Research it.
That is exactly what they're saying. When you come to court and say, I did it.
And evidence is when they're saying... Now you don't have to come to the court and say, I did it. You have... Now we can take you saying, I did it from the booth as the same thing. Okay. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay. You're saying it in the simple fact that, I said I shot somebody. Or I said I did this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If... Let's use an actual song as an example.
Yeah.
What's that song where it goes? No. Tiki got shot. Leaky got shot. He dropped his body, found his body, he was right. Bro, they described the location, the weapon, and where the body was. The police went, that's 3 different cases. exact description, matched the exact location. They found the body. He was
You're
rotten,
making
wasn't
a
he?
point for me.
What do you mean?
I'm meaning that these niggas are confessing on tape. Yes, we all know that it's a confession on tape. Yes, I agree with that. But in the eye of the law, it's not legal to take rap lyrics as a legal confession.
But it's evidence. Evidence, the lyrics, he said this and this.
Nigga,
and
what you think
the body was this and this.
Nigga, what you think they say this on lyrics and the body and everything is still there lying there for the police to go? No, they've cleaned everything up. But now I'm saying it on songs.
No, literally, the case, what happened was...
still playing footsie with me.
No,
Hey, man.
what happened was, there was a case,
Yeah.
right? Three different black
I didn't know
boys.
this was going to be intense.
Three different black boys were found dead,
Yeah.
right? And there's an association with a certain gang or whatever.
Yeah.
But the case was just on hold because there wasn't really any evidence to link it, right? Nigga went on. Then the nigga released the track describing the murder weapon, the inches the bullet went into the body,
I think we're saying
the
this.
caliber of the bullet,
So hear this.
where the body was buried, and how long it was buried, how long it took
You
to
two are
rot.
saying the same thing.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing, bro.
But it's like you lots both have kind of like diverted away.
I don't understand.
No, you're saying he's agreeing with you. But he's saying it's a confession.
Yeah.
But then
that's what I'm saying that
but then
court-
your argument is how are you saying that the courts are wrong for wanting to use lyrics to prosecute people that
I'm saying
basically
that they're not using it. He's saying confession.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they're not using it as a confession. They're using it as evidence in
But the
addition
point-
to.
Well,
But
yeah,
the-
because
but
if you confess to
confession
something,
type of
it's part of evidence. Yeah, so it's
not part of
intertwined.
evidence.
It's not
A
separate.
confession is
That's
a confession is sealed.
No, but like if you say I've done something, that's your evidence saying that you've done something.
Yeah, you've
And
done
on
something.
top of that,
It's
No,
documented.
Do you know why?
They're right.
Do you know
and
why?
on top of that, if the police don't have any evidence prior to you confessing, that's all they need to
all-
lock you
yeah.
up, bro. That's
But
how the law works.
What I'm saying
Yeah.
is the court is not using it as confession.
They
because
are.
because there's serial killer cases where
Okay,
the serial
they-
killer
They may not
has a
use
journal.
them. They may-
There's a serial
Yeah.
killer cases where
I'll let you land.
the serial killer has a journal that's written what he's doing with the bodies and where it's buried. It's not used as a confession.
What
it's
colour
used
was
as
the
evidence.
serial killer?
Okay, hear this, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Evidence.
Yes, it does,
Okay,
bro.
It
so then
doesn't matter.
hear this perspective, yeah. Confessions is like when it's verbally from someone's mouth. Yeah, evidence will be considered stuff to do with items that show certain actions or behavior that you might
to, yeah.
that was used
Yeah.
to commit certain acts, or you are planning on committing certain acts.
Yeah.
But they both intertwine together. They both work together. It is evidence.
It's evidence, bro.
I'm saying,
It's just
yeah,
that
I'm saying
confessions is
it's
titled
evidence,
confessions.
but they're not saying it's a confession. It's not a confession.
Yeah, they're not.
Because
They may
there's
not.
serial killer cases where the serial killer keeps a journal of the victims and how he tortured them or how he killed them. It doesn't get used as confession.
Yeah.
It gets used
Can I
as
tell you why?
evidence.
Yeah, that's
in
what
the
we're
eye of the
saying.
law-
It's intertwined.
Yeah, we're saying
we
the
just
same
said.
thing, bro.
I just said.
But then why would they say? That's what I'm saying.
Because
that-
a confession-
I can answer that question, by
Oh,
the way.
go on.
Because the journal is like basically in the court of law, the journal isn't looked as a confession, because the whole idea of a journal is you're writing shit down that you think no one's gonna read. So it's supposed to be a privacy. So for that reason, and also as well, there's certain evidence in the court where it matters how you got the evidence. If you got the evidence in a way where that's not how you're supposed to get it, they're gonna
You're not allowed
dismiss
to
it.
use it.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? And that's kind of my point. And that's the same thing with this rap lyrics situation, is they shouldn't be allowed to use it because of how they're getting it.
Oh, so
You know what I'm saying?
that's a good point.
Yeah, like
oh, you wanna go?
No, that's
No,
just
go,
a good
go.
point.
So then hear this, yeah, about what you said, because I was just listening to both.
yeah.
And I think the grey area, yeah, with what your point is, how they shouldn't be able to use to build cases, because
Yeah.
then it kind of leads into the so-called conspiracy charge, which they like to slap on individuals.
Yep.
But then again, you also have to know that when something is on the internet, it's now public information. So then, in a sense, you have exposed yourself to the likelihood of getting picked up.
That's true.
So
I mean, yo, I'm not against criminals being locked up. Let me just make that clear.
didn't sound like that.
Actually, depends what type of criminal. Actually, I'm not against criminals that take people's lives being locked up. right? I'm not against that. Or people that torture people, shit like that. I'm not against that.
People that are
but what I am,
incorrect.
yeah.
Okay.
But what I am saying is this: if a nigga did what he did and got away with it, and you lot couldn't find any evidence, just because I rap about it doesn't mean now. Oh yeah, that's the evidence I'm gonna use to lock you up. That's mad unfair. Like. Like the killer that you're talking about, for example.
Well, you can't say it's mad unfair.
But you
like,
say that
you gotta keep in mind, like if you really did do it and you rapped about
Be
it,
mature.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
So
obviously.
you say that, right? You said
that.
that. The serial killer writes in the journal is not meant for public consumption.
Yeah.
Police tap phone calls and use it as evidence.
I know, but then that's the thing. When they do use it as evidence, they don't. When it presents to the court, they don't say, "Oh, this is how we got it by tapping his phone." Instead, they set up a situation. They use the information from the fucking phone call because it's illegal. They use the situation from the
these are phone call recordings.
Yeah, exactly, to set them up in real life and actually get them.
These are Atlantic record recordings.
I know, but that's
It's
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
thing.
But it's illegal.
It's not illegal because it's.
I mean, it's not illegal. Sorry, it's not illegal to use it, but it's what's the word? They have a word for it where it's like an unfair use because they're not putting that out to be like. Basically, they're not putting it out with the intention of you locking them up for it. The same way the guy is not writing in his journal with the intention of anyone reading it and then getting him locked up.
I mean, no, you
But
can't
people are
say
killing people
that.
with the intention of getting caught.
Man, that's the law.
The reason why, but it's
It
like
makes no sense
but-
morally, but it's the law, bro.
no. I mean, the whole action of it doesn't make sense because it's like me, yeah. It's like me going to I plan on robbing a bank. There's a possibility. There's a chance that I can, one, not make it out with the money, and secondly, do life. Yeah. So the chance of you committing a crime and then publicly wanting to disclose private information is you have given up your right of exclusivity or whatever.
Another thing is there's cases of police using documentaries to find killers.
Yeah, like for instance.
That's true.
For instance, yeah.
That's true, but sorry, not to cut you off, but in that case, they'll use a documentary to find the evidence to lock them up. They're not just gonna go use the documentary to lock them up. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Okay.
But carry on.
For instance, like New York, New York has gone through a lot of RICO cases.
Yeah.
Apart from the 6ix9ine shit, but just
That's what I was gonna say.
even now, like, you know, and it's been a build up of from social media, from dissing your ops on social media to your music. You've left a paper trail. Well, no, paper trail deals with money.
That's true.
But
Niggas are smart. I'm not saying niggas is smart.
So it's
but
like,
what I'm saying is,
and they said,
what I'm saying is, go on.
they said that it's funny because we're not really solving cases. They solve the case for us, so we allow them to do X, Y, Z.
My thing is, what's the difference between somebody saying on a beat, I did this and this, and somebody making a video and saying I did this and this?
Because when you... Okay,
no,
I'll
the
explain
difference
it.
is, if you talk about the difference between someone saying, okay, I've done this but not recording, and someone's rapping about it. If someone's rapping about it, they're trying to get, they're trying to get money, man. Like, what's the reason they're making music?
And it's a form of art. Because we don't do that with movies. Movies is another form of art. A movie can tell a real life story. Yeah. Right? Just because I see another actor acting it out and that shit real and it's happening, I can't then go use that movie and be like, oh, because this story is about this person, that means he definitely did it like this. This is the evidence that he killed this person exactly like this. Boom. On a song, you can fake and lie about how you kill your ops, even if you did actually kill that nigga by mistake or whatever.
Well,
do you know what I'm saying?
Dramatization, exaggeration.
And that's the difference.
I'm saying if there's dramatization and exaggeration, there's no link to reality.
There is, but there always is. There is.
But like,
okay,
let's
for
say
example,
like, okay,
real quick. For example, obviously I don't have no ops, but if I were op, I kill my op by, I don't know, God forbid, but by stabbing my op, right? Next week, I'm in the booth. I'm gonna be like, I had AKs, I had 20 AKs shooting at the nigga. It was 100 shots, all in his head, blah, blah, blah. Exaggerating the fucking event. All I did was stab the guy. The police can't find a knife or anything, and that's the real evidence. They can't find nothing. But now, they're gonna say, because I said I used AKs, or that means I definitely used AKs to kill this guy, and that's the evidence.
But that's never gonna... That's what I'm saying.
That's the difference.
I don't think they
people
move
are using
like...
that case, that kind of example to justify petition to get it, whatever, right? But that's never gonna happen because there's no link.
Yeah, he's right.
If it's a stab wound, it's a stab wound.
Yeah.
If they don't find the knife, they don't find the
Find
knife.
a knife,
They're never even
facts.
going to consider your song. They're never going to consider your name. But there's a reason they're considering these guys' songs. There's a reason they're considering these guys' names. Because they've
You
done
say
things
that.
in the
You say
past.
that because that's common sense. But in reality, that's what they're doing, and that's why I'm arguing against
But
it.
that's we always say this, but that's not what they're doing.
What are
Yeah,
they
no.
doing?
That's not what they're the law. They're doing. They have procedures. Yes, there might be sometimes
Yeah,
there
that's
might be
true.
mistakes made, or sometimes there might be foul play. But most of the time, if we're being real, there's procedures in place. People go to learn this stuff, and people go to execute it properly. And there's multiple procedures that even if there is foul play,
We can agree to
sometimes
disagree.
there's multiple steps where it can be caught.
That's true.
Yeah, like
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it should only be rap. I'm saying any lyrics can be used.
Really. You're
Any
defending
genre.
white man anymore.
It's never for the white man. That's what I'm saying. Any genre.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Any
can be
genre.
used. Then
I'm just saying. If,
I get what you mean.
if
I
a
get
guy's
what
on
you
a
mean.
song saying
I understand
he
what you
shot
mean.
his up and buried him in the woods 6 weeks ago, and the forensic team said this body is 6 weeks old and there's bare trees around.
and he
This is
said,
forest.
and XYZ said it. No, yeah, I agree
Bro,
with you, fam. I
what
don't.
are we talking about?
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
'Cause then-
but you see both sides of the argument, though.
But then, if you're someone that wants,
This nigga.
if you're someone that wants the so-called justice, and you want, I mean, this is one of the best primary examples to kind of stop that, because then again, it does stop a lot of fakers
Yeah.
from screaming certain stuff.
That's true.
Secondly, as well, it's like you're gonna see the influence of talking like that simmer down if Mandem get packed up so much. Like, I'm sure with what happened,
Do you think that will
with,
happen? I doubt
well,
it.
with what happened with the Dirk situation and
Yeah.
O Block under investigation and Mandem got picked up, I guarantee that time Chicago was on their best behavior. Not because it was local police, because it was the feds. And when feds come,
It's a different.
it's different.
It's
They
different
get
scenarios.
results.
And I have.
Like,
I
we're
have
not
one more
playing
question.
games.
That being said,
Yeah.
Dirk done what? Strategy. He strategized and said, I'm going to school, I'm doing this positive. Went from dissing
Bro, we saw Dirk
to
everywhere.
180. Why? Because he knew himself that
coming from your next.
lyrics and XYZ.
Exactly.
So it's just part.
But he still be saying that in his lyrics, though.
Yeah,
But Dirk
but-
been in Atlanta, he been in New York, and he makes sure that we see him there.
But if
He's made.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
past
you're right.
2
No,
years,
you're
we've
right.
seen Dirk
But that
everywhere.
don't mean the nigga can't take a quick trip back to O Block to go
But he's
kill a
making
nigga and come back.
He might make a phone call and say, "Do it now."
Exactly. Exactly.
But
That's my point.
That's intelligent. At the end of the day,
So you're cool if niggas don't get caught.
no, because at the end of the day, a criminal's job is to not get caught.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true,
Police's
that's
job
true,
is to
that's
catch
a
the
good
criminal.
point. You know, I can't even argue against that. You go
I
ahead,
have
you
one
go
more
ahead.
question though.
Yeah, go on.
Say we don't use the lyrics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we find the nigga guilty. He did it. He
Yeah.
did, and then we look at the lyrics, and he did it exactly how he described.
Yeah.
And he mentioned 6 other niggas' names that did it with him. Do you have a right to look into the 6 other niggas?
Nah, that's the one thing I know.
No, that's a mad one though. No,
It
no,
ain't,
no,
it
no,
ain't
no,
like,
no,
it
no,
ain't,
no, no,
no.
no, I
it's
hear
not
that.
mad.
It's
No,
not,
no,
it
no,
is
no,
a
no.
little
Like it's
bit.
not like
What-
it makes sense to do a little.
Investigation,
A
yeah.
little investigation.
But just
But-
because a man mentioned my
Yeah, how
name,
many
don't mean
licks
I
have you
was
heard?
there.
Like, you know, I'm riding. If I'm riding, he's riding too.
Exactly.
How many licks have you heard like that? And
there's
it's not
bad
even like
times
that.
where when this nigga was riding, I was at home chilling.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I'm
That's
not saying
mad.
arrest them. I'm saying
I'm
the
sa-
judge can go look at the
I'm
detective
just like,
and
if you say like can investigate,
go investigate.
Yeah.
investigate. That's fair.
That's fair, but
we
no,
also
not
Can't arrest.
we're also underestimating
yeah.
that they know that just because you say if I'm riding, he's riding too. They're very smart. They're smart enough to know. Okay, that's nothing. That's not a lead.
Yeah.
A lead is saying
That's what I'm saying.
I went on a glide.
Yeah.
Thingy went on a glide with man. Such and such got ducked down my man. That's a lead.
Okay, fair enough.
That
So
you
being-
saying that
being more
if I go on a
specific,
ride and
yeah.
he goes on a ride, because ride could be ride to the shop, ride to
And now if
the
it's-
ride to my uncle's.
And now
Like,
if it's
it's
a thing
too
like
broad.
Roadblock, and then there's multiple artists. If Pooh Shiesty says, "Yo, niggas did this and this," and then Dirk says, "Niggas did this and this," and I see there's a cross reference.
Yeah,
He
it's
said
like,
your name twice.
it's like one.
Must be you.
The reason why
Must
man
be
them
you.
do get caught is because it's like you said, they're telling it's an art form and they're telling a story. So you're giving a depiction of what your so-called your experience.
Yeah.
So based off that, you are then providing evidence or fucking for us. So then they'll
Well,
use
in that
it.
case, someone needs to tell NBA YoungBoy to like stop rapping about that then, because otherwise they're about to lock him up.
His circumstance. Yeah.
He's already they already did lock him up.
He locked up multiple
He
times.
locked
He's a
up
criminal
multiple
for real.
times,
He's a
yeah.
veteran.
Yeah, I know, but he just released a song dissing Lil Durk, King Von.
That's different.
The whole old block.
That is different because
I know.
there's no relation to. There's
And
no.
do you know
there's-
that a couple months ago we heard about niggas shooting at Lil Durk, but we didn't hear where them niggas came from.
There's no relation.
It's true. So he's just dissing.
That's just a
That's
just a general because there's a difference
Fair
between there being a possible link and just someone outright dissing. If I go to be, if I say, like I was there when King Von got killed, fam. I had something to such and such do.
Yeah.
Like it's like, huh? Wait, what? Okay, okay,
It's not
you
gonna-
was
it's
there.
not
It's
gonna
not.
make any
It
sense.
doesn't
It's
make
not.
any
I
sense.
get
So
what you
therefore,
mean.
there's nothing to look at.
Fair
But
enough.
if I was part of Thingy's team, and that's like I was there when he got killed. He ran up. Blaines
Give a
got
couple
split.
details
fam.
like that he was eating some Jaffa cakes.
Rocked his
when
snot
niggas-
box. Yeah.
when niggas shot at him,
Then it's-
and they find Jaffa cakes in the scene. They're like, ooh,
Jaffa
mad.
But anyways, my opinion on it
That's what
is,
popped in my head. Yeah.
I think they're smart enough
Yeah.
to
let's
know
use-
when to use the lyrics and when not to. The thing I don't fuck with though, is the conspiracy shit.
Yeah,
I
and that- and
I
that's
think
where it can
that's
get
wrong.
tricky.
That's the
where it
wrong
can get
law.
tricky.
That's
It's not wrong, or it is wrong.
no, that's wrong. Like that
Yeah.
that
What do you mean
way.
conspiracy?
You know when they
Conspiracy
slap
to
you on conspiracies charge, like
don't have to have
they don't have
evidence that
any, they don't
connects.
have any evidence
Yeah,
or
they don't
anything
have
to
anything that
connect.
connects.
But just because,
They
and
made that up for
that's
the
where
mafia.
their argument was coming from.
Yeah.
Also the conspiracy thing.
But most time they use
You
that.
just have to look like it connects.
Yeah.
But most time they do that, like you referred to the mafia. Most time they know that the person is committing crimes, or they know that they're committing certain
Yeah,
crimes,
but they don't have any evidence.
but they don't really have any evidence. But most time that's the police doing the police because they
I know, but
could-
what do you
they
think
try
they're
to
about
get
to
them-
do with these
No,
rap
they're
lyrics?
not. It's not like what I'm trying to explain is.
You tell me. So you're telling me that they
What
have.
what I'm trying to explain
Yeah,
is
go on.
in case of mafia,
I don't want to.
they tried to get someone on Rico, and they
Yeah.
couldn't get someone on Rico, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
But we know you're doing it. We know for a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah, fact.
But
So
in
they're
court, it's
getting
not going to hold
conspiracy.
up. So
Listen,
slap
that
them with conspiracy.
situation,
Exactly, but-
that situation should have came about and died once they got
Yeah,
rid of the
I-
cartel.
Exactly.
The only difference is
But
they
they haven't got rid of.
they
cartel,
haven't
by
got
the way.
rid of it, and that is literally the back door
Yeah.
to so many rights that Mandem have, that they can be like conspiracy. Loads of people get hit with conspiracy. Loads.
And that's what they're about to start doing with this rap lyric bullshit. But anyways, let's close this off. So legacy, all in all, where do you stand?
Lock the
with
niggas
this?
up.
Oh, wow.
That was some Uncle Tom shit. I'm gonna be real.
Innit?
That was some
Uncle
Uncle Tom.
Tom.
You know, so look, them niggas,
Hey,
he said
man.
that with chest too.
Hey, bro.
Hey, Tom.
The Toms.
What do you think my nephew's gonna call you?
Seriously, no,
Yeah,
relax. No, seriously though,
yeah.
I'm here for lyrics
Yeah.
being able to be used. In court.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you think about it? Obviously, we had a whole debate about it. We don't have
Okay,
to
so
argue
like
anymore.
as a conclusion,
Yeah.
again, it's like now I've come full circle. I'd say can't lock someone up on like on a conspiracy charge
Yeah.
because of lyrics. If they've said
If it
and
connects,
it's
fair
conclusive
enough.
evidence. If
Yeah,
let's say
exactly.
I had the gun, same gun,
And that's kind of what I'm saying,
I
isn't
had
it?
little 3 rounds,
I'm saying
same
that
caliber bullets in his, and
it
it,
should
adds
be
up. Lock
it
him
should
up.
be
Yeah.
it should be one of those things where
Listen,
it's
it,
very-
cherry
But no,
on
you
top
had your
type thing.
you had your chance.
No, let me
Nah,
keep-
hear me. Like,
Let
I
him
thought-
finish, and then you can go.
I feel like if you're using lyrics, it has to be like a cherry on
What
top.
they try
So
to
on
do
top
is
of all this
Uncle Tom.
evidence,
Yeah, I agree.
you have the lyrics of you saying all of this shit,
Yeah.
and it adds up. Then you slap it on, and then you give the man
Yeah,
his
I agree,
conviction. Alright.
So you agree with me then?
no.
That's the point I was making.
No, 'cause
the whole
if it was up
time.
to you,
Nah,
this
the way you worded
Jay Z
it,
and
different,
Meek Mill would
yeah.
get their way. No way.
Yeah, but
No
they
way.
should get their way because
They
that's what
shouldn't.
they're fighting for.
They
I mean,
shouldn't.
I peeped it that you meant conspiracy. That's what.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
Maybe,
I feel
I just didn't say the word.
it should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
allowed
it's
to be
the law,
used, but
that's
under very strict circumstances.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you think the law's gonna do that.
They do. Like when you have a RICO case, you have to have a lot of evidence.
That's true. We do.
It should be one of those.
No, you're right. I don't think they should use lyrics, man. Let these niggas rock out, man. Like, it stifles creativity, number one. And if you're a real killer out in the streets,
not that creative. Man.
It is very
It's not
creative.
That creative, to be honest. Honestly, it's not that creative.
Come on, you don't listen to that
It's
song every
not
morning.
that creative.
You are smoke. I love that song. But anyways, obviously,
Niggas have
I'm just
had
trying
ops
shit.
for ages. Like,
If
get along.
No, I'm just trying to share, obviously. I'm just trying to share. But if it's conclusive, yeah, lock them niggas up. Like, if you say in your lyrics, yeah, I went to number 27 Walking Road or whatever and shot this nigga right in his front door. The police turn up there, niggas right there bleeding. Yeah, lock that nigga up. That's just common sense. But if you can't find any evidence that I've done this and all you're going to use is my lyrics, conspiracy, which DeAndre said, then that's wrong. That's just wrong. Come on, I can't support that. I can't, because that's just gonna give them an open door to lock up any nigga they want to lock up because he said something on the song. That's it, and I'm gonna leave it as that. That's it. That's all I got.